Drummers, yes, you. We've been playing wrong all this time. Hey drummers, welcome back to the channel. I'm Chris and today we're going to be talking about why I think we've been playing wrong all these years. So I've been doing a lot of thinking and watching a lot of kick-ass drummers. Something is starting to emerge. Some of my favourite drummers now, they're playing open-handed. Why don't I play open-handed? I should be playing open-handed. This is something I've been thinking about for quite a while now. When I started taking lessons, I learned from an open-handed drummer. But I just started playing cross-handed because that's what you do as a right-handed player. Then I started discovering drummers online. Drummers such as Alex Rudinger. What a beast. And yeah, he does some amazing things behind the kit. And I think a lot of that's down to his open-handed style. But I thought it'd be interesting to take a look at some of the advantages and potential difficulties of open-handed playing. Let's get into this. Here's the advantages of open-handed playing. I think the advantages of open-handed drumming are pretty clear. To me, there's two. Well, there's one really, and then the other one is just kind of a bonus. The main advantage is you have way more access to your kit. Your left hand's over there, doing its thing, but your right hand has access to everything. That is one of the main restrictions that most drummers have playing cross-handed. Thinking about it, it's just stupid. The bonus that you get from that is you ain't hitting your hands all the time because you're crossing over. Like, ouch. So as you look at this setup here, you can see how restricted your left hand is by the fact that your hands are crossed over. You only really have access to the snare, the hi-hat, or the floor tom, potentially, and that's kind of your whole range of motion. That really limits your creativity. But if you look at this again, but switch the hand positions, you can see that the right hand now has access to everything on the kit. That really opens up some opportunities for you as a player. So just to prove my point, here is an example of a groove played open-handed. So you can see I have all the access to the kit. It flows really nicely and I'm still hitting with power on the dynamics. So let's try this as you would as a cross-handed player. As you can see, it's falling off the rails. It doesn't sound good and it looks painful. Not good at all. So if that doesn't prove the point, I don't know what will. So to me, that's the main advantage. You get more access to be creative around the kit and you can do more with less. And the trend that you're seeing with a lot of drummers now is you're getting all this stuff on the left hand side of the hi-hat. You just don't need that because you've already got it all. Easy. Hey you enjoying this video so far? If so, whack me a flam on that like button. I appreciate it. So let's get to the difficulties. I think these are pretty clear. If you've been playing right-handed crossover for years and years and years, like I have, like 20 years, it's hard to get out of that way of playing. It's so ingrained in the mind, you just can't stop doing it. It's really difficult, and it is something I have always tinkered with, is a bit of open-handed playing, but it's something I've never fully committed time to and worked on, and I think that's going to change. The main disadvantage is playing left-handed is difficult when you are right-handed, and then the other disadvantage is that you have to have the mindset of being able to go between left and right-handed playing at the flip of a hat, because you have to play your grooves left-handed, open-handed, but to play your fills, you gotta go back to right-handed. So it's not simple. So even when you've mastered open-handed playing, you now have to know how to go back and forth with it sounding seamless. No easy feat. Here are the alternatives that kind of have the benefit of open-handed playing, but without being open-handed. Looking back, I think the main reason we started playing cross-handed is because that was the technology. We had the hi-hat stand after many years of innovation, getting, but it was stuck to your left foot. The only way to get there was to cross your hands. It was that simple. But nowadays, thanks to innovations, we have the cable hat. That kind of solves the problem. You can now put that hi-hat wherever you want. Put it on the right hand side, put it in the middle, put it up in the air, who cares? That opens up your creativity and your freedom. But for some reason, it hasn't been as widely adopted as a traditional hi-hat stand. Not sure why. If you know, hit me up in the comments. Yeah, I just thought it'd be worth calling out a few examples of drummers who have committed to this style of moving the hi-hat around. So example number one is the prog legend, Danny Carey. He has his hi-hat right in the middle. That's pretty cool. That gives you access to the whole left-hand side of the kit with your left hand, but then you don't have to learn that new way of playing, open-handed. So that's the best of both worlds, I would say. Going a bit further than that is the amazing drummer Louis Palmer of playbetterdrums.com. He has his hi-hat on the right-hand side, and there's actually quite a few quirks to his setup that you wouldn't normally see. Take a look. It's got toms in weird places, it's got crash on weird angles, but you know, he's a great drummer. It really works for him and his playing style, and I respect that. Why do you have to be the same as everyone else? Do what works for you. He has great reasoning for everything he's done. Go you, Louis. So right now you might be thinking, aren't you a bit of a hypocrite? You don't have a cable hi-hat. And yeah, you're right, I don't. I don't know why. I used to. Maybe I should get one again. I'll think about it. And I guess we should summarise this with my thoughts. Am I going to change my playing? Am I going to be open-handed from now? And the answer is... maybe? I'm not sure. In my current schedule, I don't think I have the time to dedicate to relearning all my playing open-handed. It's something I have been tinkering with, and I'm pretty solid on my metal grooves and like rock grooves. But anything that includes more dynamics, like intricacies with the hi-hat or dynamics on the snare, hitting those ghost notes, that's where it falls apart, and that's where a lot of effort is going to be needed, and those are the bits that take a lot of time. It might be a project to take on in the future, but for now, I'm going to stick to cross-handed most of the time. But one of the nice things I can do with my electronic kit is that I can assign a hi-hat to any pad, so I can overcome that problem if I really want to. That's just my thoughts on this topic. Should we all be playing open-handed? Is that how we should be teaching new drummers? Maybe. A definite maybe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd be really interested to hear.